How's it going, everybody? Trevor, Randles, Outdoors Iowa here today. And today we are getting ready to get out some diddy pulls, hopefully here real quick. Me and Skylar, that is. Got a big storm rolling in though, so we'll see. We probably won't spend the night on the river. We're gonna try to set out our diddy pulls close to dark and then come back, check them in the morning, hopefully, and they're still gonna be there, hopefully. Usually I don't like to leave my diddy pulls out overnight and let, just because you have a lot of issues with people running the river, taking them, or whatever they want to do, so it's always something you have to worry about. But today we're talking bait, you guys. So with this new boat, I've noticed I can't have as big of a bait tank, so I'm trying to, planes going by. So with this new boat, I've noticed you can't have as big of a bait tank, so I'm trying to make a different solution here. And I do have 30 quart angle cooler. These do work great, you guys, but when you're doing like an overnight, they just don't have a lot of insulation compared to, most other real coolers, like actual coolers. And so it warms up the water really quick, and if you have too much bait in this thing, it will overheat fast and your bait will not be as lively and some of it could die. So my fix to that, usually I use a regular cooler, which my big bait tank, which is right here off camera, that works great, and it's just normal cooler. But I was able to pick up a really nice RTIC cooler. It's ultra lightweight. It's 32 quarts. It's not too big. Nice flat surface on top. It's got double drain plugs here. So we're going to go ahead and turn this thing into a mobile bait cooler for the boat. And we can also have the option to put a battery operated aerator on it as well, and then be able to run that too. So it's going to be a nice cooler. This could be one that would work in the back of the truck, in the boat, longer catfishing trips, stuff like that. So definitely something I wanted to get done though. Plenty enough space on the inside. Like I said, it's 32 quarts, so it's just barely a little bit bigger than the angle, but with the amount of insulation on this one, it's going to hold up a lot better. So now what I chose for the aerator is the 12 volt power bubbles, so I can hook it up to a 12 volt battery on the boat, and it runs really good, and this thing pumps some air, you guys. So I want to mount it off to one side. I normally, like some coolers, I'll put them right in the middle, but on this one I want it off to the side so that we still have a seating area or a cutting board or whatever we want to use this area for. And then also, when you mount it, you want to keep in mind, you want your hoses to go towards the back of the cooler so that when it opens, you're not reaching through the hoses, or you have the hoses in the way because they're in the front of the cooler, or even going off the side. If you go off the side of the cooler, it can let water come out. You want it right in the very top, you guys. So I take a drill bit and drill. That is a big mosquito. Good thing I have my mosquito spray on. And you match the drill bit size as close as possible to the air hose size. And we need 2 holes, you guys. So we're going to go right in the corner. So now when you're drilling, you want to make sure, you can see how there's a lip here on the cooler. You want to make sure you're not going through that lip. You want to go through the skinniest part of the cooler. So on this one, we're going to go ahead and drill from the inside out. Two holes, you guys. Okay, that's all we're going to need that drill bit for. Cleaned all the chunks out of the inside. All right. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to mount this right about there. So I'm going to go ahead and use the provided screws. You can use a screwdriver to do this part. If you have a power drill, you can do that as well. I have a power drill. But what you want to make sure is you don't over torque it, because stuff can break. just plastic, so the screws go in very easy to start. If you really want to, you can drill a pilot hole, but it's not needed. And also where these screws are going through, what's really cool with these power bubbles, they have a rubber grommet here on the screws, so not only does it seal, it also keeps this unit really quiet, you guys. Alright, so now watch this. We're going to open it. Bam, it stays right there. Hardest part of the whole job here, you guys, fishing this through the cooler. Now the styrofoam should help it go through straight. You might have to twist it a little bit and it'll feed right through. Go ahead and mount your hose on the pump. Alright. We're going to give a little bit of excess. We want some extra line down here inside. We'll go ahead and cut. Feed through the other side. Okay. Bam. We're going to go ahead and make both lines the same length. Now, most kits do come with air check valves, and they can also come with the T-way. If you have extra air stones, you can always add in extra air stones with the T's on both, and you can have 4 aerator stones going in there, and it has a whole bunch of air, which is always good. Today, we're just going to do the 2 air stones. This aerator is supposed to aerate like up to 70 gallons, I believe is what it is. They do amazing, you guys. They hold up so well. Make sure you put the weights on them. Or actually, the weights go, let's see. Weights go on the line first. Go ahead and get your air stones mounted. I wonder, yeah, I think you can push that weight down a little bit onto that airline. Alright, number 2. Bam. Let me go ahead and get some water in this real quick. Oh yeah. Would have been easier with the hose, huh? Comes with plenty good length cord. Alright, so I got a battery over here. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in 2. Alright, here, kick on. Let's go in for a closer look here. Alright guys, so if you see, plenty of air bubbles, you guys. This will keep plenty of fish alive. Pretty much, you can hold, depending on the size of your bait, I'll put 40 to 50 pieces of bait in here, depending on the size. If they're bigger baits, maybe 30. But this is going to be a great cooler for the boat. It'll keep down on the weight, and it should keep it nice and cold. That way they last a lot longer, given it's not a bigger cooler. So we're going to go ahead and load up the cooler, get out on the boat hopefully tonight, and see if we can get some fish on diddy poles. We'll make a video of it. But just so you guys can see, this is my other unit. This is my main big bait cooler. This is the one I usually go around with the truck to make sure I get all my bait and they have plenty of space. So I had an Aqua Life aerator, which those are a little bit more expensive. They do a little bit more air. But this is yesterday's water, so this is all fresh fish we caught yesterday, me and Skylar. Got like 45 pieces of bait in here. And so they start spitting up stuff. Usually I switch out the water like after the first day or two. If you want the freshest, liveliest bait, you want to catch them at least 4 to 5 days before you guys are going fishing. And then switch the water out, keep them alive. Fresh water, don't do chlorine or city tap water unless it's treated. But if you can keep them alive for a couple days before you go fishing, which isn't always easy, because that means you have to go fishing and have the time. But if you can do that, then your bait will spit out all the extra stuff and get all the stuff out of their system. And that keeps your bait tank water a lot cleaner when you go out on your boat. And that way they survive a lot longer, and also the water stays cleaner. But that's it. Got a nice little RTIC bait cooler here. Would I recommend going and buying a very expensive cooler for it? No. The only reason I did is I got it on a good deal. It's lightweight and it's an extra insulation, you guys. You can go and do this with a regular cooler, a little bit bigger, and it'll perform a lot better than those angles or any of the other ones. I'd rather do this way than buying actual bait tank. Like I said, those angles are nice for short term, but like the big overnights, if you put too much bait in them, they just don't last, you guys. It just, you can throw ice in with your water and that'll help, but that doesn't always do it. But that's it for today. We're gonna go hurry up, try to get on the river before this storm hits. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys later. That's a walleye. And she swallowed it. That is a monster. Oh,